Back in 2005, Rodgers waited 4 hours. Seemed a lot longer to all of us who were there. So the next question submitted to Twitter is, and Mel, you start with this one, who is the quarterback that is going to have an Aaron Rodgers-like fall in the draft?
How about none of the above, Suze? I think they all go. It's unlike those years where it's not going to be that drop where, a couple weeks before that draft, it looked like Aaron could go number one. Then it became definitely Alex Smith. Aaron fell all the way at a top 10 grade, and he goes all the way down into the 20s. That's not happening this year. Justin Fields isn't dropping past in that 10 spot if the team trades up, or that 9 spot to Denver. So I'd say none of the above.
What do you think,
Yeah,
Todd?
I think, listen, we know the first 3 picks are going to be quarterbacks. We know it's going to be Trevor Lawrence going to Jacksonville. We know the Jets are highly likely to take Zach Wilson. San Francisco didn't move up for a guard or a linebacker. They moved up for a quarterback. We don't know if it's Mac Jones from Alabama, or if it's Trey Lance from North Dakota State, or Justin Fields from Ohio State. But so after the 3, then it gets interesting, Susie, because 4 for Atlanta. They still have Matt Ryan for the next couple years, most likely, and they want to put a weapon around him. So do they take Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida, or do they say, we're not going to draft more, let's take advantage and get the quarterback for the next decade and take a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields? So that's going to be a trigger point. Then at 9, Denver. Do they stick with Drew Lock, or do they draft a quarterback? And then New England's the next team at 15. Are they going to move up and go get a quarterback? I think the worst case scenario for, let's say, Justin Fields or Mac Jones is they fall to 15. But I don't foresee that happening. I think a team will move up and go get them. I think all 5 will be off the board in the top 11, 12 picks.
Yeah, which will be amazing. Let's keep it going with a quarterback line of questioning and go back to Mel's big board of quarterbacks. We've got 5 likely going in the first 10 overall picks, but then who's next? Mel ranks Florida's Kyle Trask, Stanford's Davis Mills, and Texas A&M's Kellen Mond as his next best, which leads us to this fan question. Who will be quarterback number 6 off the board, and where would they fit best? Because I think we know the top 5. Mel?
I think you look at Davis Mills, maybe the Washington football team, maybe Kyle Trask, the New Orleans Saints. Kellen Mond, everybody thinks about the Chicago Bears. I know Todd's higher on Mond than I am. But I think Davis Mills has emerged over the last, month as the quarterback that will be the 6th take. And some think maybe Tampa Bay with that 32nd pick, or somebody trading in there. I think that would be a little rich for me. Todd, I think more mid-second round, late second round. Like I said, Washington, I think, would be a nice landing spot.
Yeah, I think Chicago, Washington, even a team like Pittsburgh looking for the future. But, we see every year there's 4 or 5 usually about 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the first round. This year it's going to be 5. Then after that, it's 0.7 over the last 5 years, quarterbacks taking the second round, 0.7 in the third, and then you get more to 3 and 4 in the 4th and 5th. So usually if you're not drafting a quarterback in the first round, they start to fall. Kellen Mond, to me, from Texas A&M, showed a lot of improvement. He has all the physical tools. He's big, he's mobile, he's got a big arm, and he made better decisions and was a little bit more accurate with his throwing. And this past year, Jimbo Fisher really helped him out, I thought, in terms of just developing him. But again, the inconsistency, you get frustrated from one game to the next. You just never know what you're getting. So when you're talking about Mills and the durability and the inconsistency with Mond, and Trask with the lower ceiling than those other guys, I think all of those guys probably belong in the 3rd, 4th round range, but 1 or 2 of them are going to wind up on day 2.
Where would you rank Jordan Love if he was in this quarterback class, Todd?
I would have him at 5A or 5B. Let's put it that way. I have a higher. I went back and looked at my grades from last year, and Jordan Love has the same grade as Mac Jones, a little bit lower than Justin Fields, who I have as the 4th quarterback. So I would have him in that late first round range where he went. And I'm just intrigued, Susie, to see what happens with him. Are they going to try to move him, which I don't think is going to happen? Are they going to, part ways with Aaron Rodgers after this next year, which seems to be the most likely scenario? And then Jordan Love, becomes his team. So he's got to show a lot, and he's got to develop and be ready to be the guy in a year from now.
Yeah, more so next year. You project Jordan Love in the next year's draft, he's number 1. He's not 5A. So I think you have to look even the next year, unless you get the number 1 pick, he's going to be in that probably 2nd spot, even projecting ahead that far. So if you're a team that gets shut out of the top 5 quarterbacks and you're sitting there on draft day and you're Denver, you're New England, you're Chicago, you're Washington, you're Pittsburgh, you're New Orleans, and you can get an opportunity to go get Jordan Love, you can get a lot more than that with 26th pick, that late first-round pick that Green Bay used on Jordan Love. If they feel Aaron can play, and you know he can, is they want him to be there for another 3, 4, 5 years and be one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. If they believe that and want that to be the case, they could, I think, if it falls right. And even if it doesn't, there's going to be 4 to 6 teams that I think will be ready to roll in terms of a trade for a Jordan Love.
Listen, if I was Green Bay, I would showcase Jordan Love the entire preseason. And I would put him in the best scenarios, against the defense's second and third teams, so that we can show that, hey, this guy, we deserve a first rounder if we're going to try to move him. I wouldn't move on from Aaron Rodgers. He has 3 years left on his deal, and I know they can get out of it because Aaron Rodgers is frustrated with all the things that have. They can get out of it without a huge cap hit. But ultimately, wouldn't you rather have Aaron Rodgers for the next 3 years than to start over with Jordan Love a year from now? I just don't see that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.